Hi, welcome to the final video where we showcase our evolving neural network and our autonomous cars. In the previous video, we gave a brief introduction to Unity and the implementation of a genetic algorithm. Starting with the main menu, let's take a look at our game. So we first start off with a main menu with a few options. So we want to click play, which will direct us to a selection page where we have 3 pre-made tracks which you can use to test out our genetic algorithm. And we also have finally a custom track that you can use to make your own track to see if our genetic algorithm is smart enough to learn your custom track. We can look at a few of the tracks here, and so we'll start off with test track 1. So as you can see here, it's a very simple layout, and this is a simple test to see if our genetic algorithm can solve a very simple track. So if you see on the left side, there in the top left corner, there are a few controls that you can use to customize the maps. For example, you can create a wall by clicking A, and you can shorten this wall by pressing S, and lengthening this wall by pressing D. And so using these controls, you can customize your map. You can also rotate the wall with the scroll wheel on your mouse, and you can delete this wall by clicking the wall and then pressing delete. So those are some very simple controls. Now, this is what we're all waiting for. We want to test our genetic algorithm. So let's start. So the red lines coming from each car are the raycasts, which we mentioned in the previous video. On the left, you have some more visual controls, so you can increase the speed at which the cars are moving, and you can go all the way to 10 times. You can also turn off the rays and turn off the particle effects for when the cars crash. So if you see here, the genetic algorithm has actually learned this track extremely quickly. Already on the second generation, the cars have already learned how to navigate this course. It seems that they have easily learned how to navigate right turns. And so in the third generation, most of the cars are able to survive. Let's speed it up to see if our cars have actually learned. That was the first test track, and you can see how our cars were able to quickly learn. Now let's take a look at a more complex test track, our pre-made test track number 2. If you notice here, we have more rounded walls, not as many right angle turns, so we want to see if our car can learn how to navigate more rounded turns. So let's start. And we'll up the time scale, speed it up. Oh, so we already have one car on the first generation that's already learned the entire path. So you can see here how smart the genetic algorithm is. How almost all these cars in the second generation are able to learn the path. And look at that. The majority of the cars have inherited the genes from their parents, allowing them to navigate the path to a high degree of success. Okay, that was the second pre-made track. It only took them 4 generations to learn this. Let's take a look at our third pre-made track. Let's start. And so we wanted to use a countless number of right turns to see if our cars are actually learning. We don't want our cars to simply brute force their way by memorizing the track, so by using a test track like this, we can see if our cars are actually learning or simply memorizing the track. So if our cars are able to navigate these right angle turns, they have successfully learned the track. Let's speed up the time scale. And so they're slowly making it past this corner, and they're slowly figuring out the beginnings of the track. So this track has added a lot more complexity, and we're already on generation 17, so hopefully our cars can learn. Generation 23, and they still have not made it past 50% of the track. But they are learning. They definitely are progressing further and further each time. They're slowly learning. They just crossed this area. Okay, and it looks like this car has learned how to navigate 90-degree turns. And you can see how some of the cars have inherited that car's genes. And so now a lot of the cars are able to pass this section, which the cars are having a lot of trouble doing. And so now, after 33 generations, it seems that our cars have developed the successful genes to navigate this course. Let's try making our own custom track. Okay, so you can drag this pink car, and that's the starting point for our cars. So let's bring it to the bottom here, and let's try creating a wall with let's try creating a track with a lot of complex turns. Now let's run our program, see what happens. They're having a lot of trouble making this very sharp turn. Let's see if they'll learn. Okay, they're almost there. They seem to make it just slightly further. So it looks like here the inherited genes of the parents are unsuccessful. So we're hoping for a mutation that helps one of the cars learn. Oh, and it looks like one of the cars has actually learned how to make the turn. So we're on generation 20. And so they're just learning how to navigate this turn. And look at that. We have, so after 26 generations, our cars were able to learn how to navigate this track. So that was a quick demonstration of our programming project, programming autonomous cars on Unity. We had a lot of fun making this project and these videos. So hopefully you were able to learn something about neural networks. So that's the end of our series. We hope you enjoyed, and make sure to stay tuned for more videos if they ever come. Thanks for your support, and remember to subscribe if you liked the video.